TNA lockdown tonight. The countdown to lockdown rolled in the Cincinnati and was absolutely horrible. I didn't get to see it tonight due to prior commitments, and I honestly had a much better time doing whatever I was doing than watching this pay-per-view. Because from what I heard, it was a complete clusterfuck, and only in TNA would do that. I've completely lost faith in TNA now. And I still can't believe whoever made this little review thing for me made it so fucking detailed. That's great and all, but dude, I guess either they were raging and shit, but shit happens. I mean, the X Division escape match was kind of decent looking at it now, but the rest of the pay-per-view was shit. Oh, and they even did a little thing for the dark match. Apparently it was Brother Devon versus Anarchia. Anarchia lost, and after the match, Devon took Anarchia up into the ramp and suplexed him twice onto the ramp. With that being said, the X Division escape match had a lot of potential. It was really stupid. I mean, it's kind of a, decent matchup. Suicide gets eliminated early in the matchup. Then Lethal gets eliminated. Then Amazing Red gets eliminated. Then Chris Sabin gets eliminated. Then Jeremy Buck is eliminated. I don't think Shelley even made it. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, Shelley didn't make it. And escaped the cage. Max. Kendrick's almost escapes, but Max hits the referee, which somehow causes Kendrick to fall to the mat, which is retarded. Max Buck takes the advantage, climbs the cage, becomes your new number one contender for the X Division title. The 14 tag was a bigger clusterfuck, to be honest. And I'll just get to the point. Inc. wins. And somehow Eric Young tries thinking he can win by escaping. Shannon Moore hits a Morgasm for the pin, and Eric Young has the floor thinking he has won, and of course he did not win. Good effort though by Eric Young. Mickie James and Madison Rayne had possibly the shortest match in TNA history. Probably shorter than the clusterfuck at Victory Road for the main event. And I understand that was because, of Mickey's injured shoulder. But it's very short. As soon as the bell rings, Mickie attacks Madison. Mickie throws Madison into the steel cage and works her over real quick, to be honest. Mickie then hits their jumping DDT out of nowhere for the pin and becomes your new Knockouts champion, in a way securing the first ever female Triple Crown. And in a way that would be winning the Women's Championship in WWE, the Divas Championship in WWE, and the TNA Knockouts Championship. This also would have been acquired if you held the Knockouts Tag Team titles. But she did it before with Gail Kim, and that's a hell of an accomplishment right there. And no one can take that from her, especially winning the title with a fucked up shoulder. And she does this all while holding her shoulder. That is I wasn't shocked by it. I knew she was going to win, but I'm shocked how fast that it happened. Then again, I hate Madison Rayne, so I'm glad that happened to her. She basically had the Jeff Hardy treatment there, and I love that even more. Pope and Joe, we've seen this a billion times. Joe wins with a rear naked choke, as always. Matt Morgan Hernandez, we've also seen several times. Oh, and by the way, apparently in TNA, rope breaks work in cage matches. As Pope got the rope break during that match, but he still lost. Because rope breaks apparently work in TNA. Sometimes, man. But and also in TNA, apparently due to the Hernandez Matt Morgan match, apparently interfering in a cage match does nothing. I understand it's no disqualification, but the point of a steel cage is to make sure no one interferes in the match. But apparently Mexicana America, or whatever the fuck they want to call each other, distracts the referee and makes a fucking interferes, and Matt Morgan wins somehow. 2 out of 3 falls with the ultra male rules, which is the stupidest name ever. And before the match, Brian Hebner ejects Karen Angle or Angle Jarrett, whatever the fuck she is, from ringside. The referee even botches. The referee tries to count pinfalls during the submission fall and does not count submissions during the pinfall fall. Angle wins the first fall for ankle lock. Jeff Jarrett wins the second fall because I think it was Angle botching a moonsault or something. That's probably the next fall. But yeah, this proves my point that it's worthless to have a steel cage pay-per-view if you're going to have people interfere inside the cage when the cage is supposed to be locked. Gunner interferes, Steiner interferes, like a billion fucking people interfere in this matchup. It is stupid. And somehow, Jeff Jarrett, or Karen swings the door open at Angle's head as he falls back, allowing Jeff Jarrett to tumble out of the door, fall onto the floor, and get the win. Jeff Jarrett wins somehow. For the world title, Rob Van Dam, RVD, and Sting, RVD, and Mr. Anderson. I almost said RVD twice. But, regular promo from Anderson to start it. Sting hits a stinger splash on Anderson, goes for the deathlock. And somehow, people are saying that Sting stole something from Natty. Instead of a double sharpshooter, it was a double scorpion deathlock. And Hogan comes in somehow, apparently. Hogan has a pipe in hand, gives a pipe to RVD. RVD throws a pipe at the cage wall. Anderson picks up the pipe and lays out RVD with it. Anderson says that it wasn't for Hogan and flips him off. Anderson drags RVD over, but Sting drops Anderson with a death drop. Sting covers Anderson for the pin and the win, thus retaining the World Championship. And the main event, Lethal Lockdown. Oh, lordy. I don't even want to go over this. This is a total clusterfuck. It almost killed Christopher Daniels in the process. But let me just say, if you want to watch that for yourself, I will say one thing. AJ Styles coming back saved this pay-per-view a little bit. This pay-per-view was overall shitty. The only 2 good things is Mickie James winning the title and AJ Styles coming back. AJ Styles comes out, which is instrumental in helping Fortune win. And basically, Flair gets distracted, or someone gets distracted by AJ, and Rude applies a horrible armbar move on Flair, making him submit for the win. But thus, Fortune wins. AJ Styles poses with Fortune, and this clusterfuck of a pay-per-view is over. This is worse than Victory Road, in my opinion. TNA has lost all my respect from going to the federation that was a shit back in the day, several years ago, to just being a second-rate WCW. And that's all I have to say about that. Fuck TNA. I probably won't do these until they interest me again. Fuck you, TNA.